Arrivals.
Air Streamline Flight 604, departing at 2:45 for JFK Airport in New York City, is now boarding at Gate 3. Passengers with tickets on Air Streamline Flight 604 at 2:45 to New York, please proceed to Gate 3.
Excuse me, Dolores Cotton?
Yes?
Hi, I'm Brad Jordan from Lemon Computers. How do you do?
How do you do? I'm glad to meet you, Brad. Thank you for coming to meet us.
It's a pleasure. How was the trip?
Fine. Oh, I'd like you to meet Ron Eng. He's our sales manager.
How do you do, Ron?
This is the last call for Global Airlines Flight 373 departing at 2:30 for Houston. Passengers on Global Flight 373 at 2:30 to Houston should board now at Gate 1.
Karen!
Hi, Jody. How are you doing?
Great. How are you? I haven't seen you for ages.
I'm all right. Are you here to meet somebody?
No, my mom just left for Miami.
Do you have time for coffee?
Sure, I'd love some.
Crossland Airlines announces that Flight 127 to Houston and El Paso is now scheduled to depart at 3 o'clock from Gate 7. Passengers on Crossland 127 are advised that their flight will depart from Gate 7 at 3 o'clock.
Margaret, hi.
Hello, Carol. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay. How are you getting along?
Fine, thanks. How are Larry and the kids?
Everybody's fine. My car's just outside. Let me take one of your bags.
Oh, thanks. Careful, it's heavy.
Global Airlines announces that Flight 881 to New York City's LaGuardia Airport at 2:55 will depart from Gate 2 and will start boarding in 10 minutes. At this time, will passengers with small children and those who need special help in boarding please go to Gate 2 for Global Flight 881 to New York LaGuardia at 2:55.
Hi. What time is your next flight to New York?
2:45. Flight 604 to LaGuardia Airport. There's space available.
What's the one-way fare?
It's $228.70 with tax.
Okay, there you go. Put it on my Visa card, please.
All right. Just a second.
Air Streamline Flight 403 to Atlanta, with connections to Miami and other points south, will depart on schedule at 3:05 from Gate 4. We repeat, Air Streamline 403 will depart as scheduled at 3:05 for Atlanta. Passengers should make their seat selection at Gate 4 prior to boarding, which will begin in 5 minutes.
Well, hi there.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Oh, fine. Excuse me. Do I know you from somewhere?
Sure, it's me, Rick Balestrina.
I'm sorry. I don't think I know you.
Aren't you Jose Cortez?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh, excuse me. I thought you were someone else. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Is everything ready? This Is Your Life is a very popular show on American TV. Every week, they invite a well-known person to a TV studio. The person doesn't know that he or she will be the subject of the program. The host greets the person with, "This is your life." The person then meets friends and relatives from the past and present. They tape the program before a live audience. The taping begins at 8 o'clock. It's 6:45 now, and the director is checking the preparations with her new production assistant. The subject of tonight's show will be an actor, William Payne. The host, as usual, will be Joe Campanero.
Okay, we're bringing Bill Payne here in a rented limousine. He thinks he's coming to tape a talk show appearance. We've told the driver to arrive at exactly 7:55. The program begins at 8 o'clock. At that time, Bill will be walking to the studio. Joe will start his introduction at 8:01, and Bill will get here at 8:02. Joe will meet him at the door. Camera 4 will be there. Then he'll take him to that sofa. It'll be on camera 3. Bill will be sitting there during the whole program. For most of the show, Joe will be sitting next to the sofa or standing on that X. He'll be on camera 2. The guests will come through that door, talk to Bill and Joe, and then go backstage. Now, is that clear?
Yes, but, there is one thing.
Well, what is it?
Where will the guests be waiting before they come on?
The green room, 401. Stephanie will be sitting there with them. They'll be watching the show on a monitor. She'll cue them 2 minutes before they come on.
Okay, I think that covers everything.
This is your life. Good evening and welcome to This Is Your Life. I'm your host, Joe Campanero. We're waiting for the subject of tonight's program. He's one of the world's leading actors, and he thinks he's coming here for a talk show. I think I hear him now. Yes, here he is. William Payne, this is your life.
Oh, no, I can't believe it. Not me.
Yes, you. Come in with me now. Ladies and gentlemen, William Payne. Sit right over here, Bill. Let's begin at the beginning. You were born in Providence, Rhode Island on July 2nd, 1958. You were the youngest of 6 children. Your mother was a model, and your father worked at a furniture store. Of course, your name was Herman Wartsky then. Do you recognize this voice?
I remember Bill, when he was 2. He used to cry and scream all day.
Roseanne!
All the way from Tokyo, we flew her here to be with you tonight, your sister, Roseanne Wartsky Tatsukawa.
Rosie, why didn't you tell me?
Yes, you haven't seen each other for 9 years. Take a seat next to him, Roseanne. You went to school in Providence and got your diploma from Whitney High School in 1976. Do you remember this voice?
Herman, stop daydreaming. I asked you a question.
Incredible! It's Mr. Thiessen.
Your English teacher, Mr. Irwin Thiessen. Was Bill a good student, Mr. Thiessen?
Well, not really. No, he was the worst in the class, but he was a great actor even in those days. He could imitate all the teachers.
Thank you, Mr. Thiessen. You can talk to Bill later. Well, Bill, you went on to the Yale School of Drama in 1978 and finished in 1982. In 1983, you went to Hollywood. Do you know this voice?
Say, Bill, can you ride a horse yet?
Rita! Yes, Rita Colon, who's flown in from New York, where she's appearing in the new musical, The Romance Dance.
Bill, darling, it's so wonderful to see you. Hello, Joe, darling. Bill and I were in a movie together in 1984. Bill had to learn to ride a horse and, well, Bill doesn't like horses very much.
Like them? I'm scared to death of them.
Anyway, poor Bill practiced for 2 weeks. Then he went to the director, it was John Galveston, and said, "What do you want me to do?" John said, "I want you to fall off the horse." Oh, Bill was furious. He said, "What? Fall off? I've been practicing for 2 weeks. I could fall off the first day without any practice."
The Louisville Rally.
The Louisville Rally, which started in 1991, is quickly becoming one of the most famous car events in the United States. Competitors leave from several points around North America and follow routes of approximately equal length to a rallying point, which will be Kansas City this year. Then they follow a single route to the finish. The rally consists of 6 daily stages, beginning on Sunday morning, and each competitor will have driven over 2,000 miles by Friday night. It is not a race. The winner is decided on a points system. Drivers have to maintain an average speed between control points, and there are also special tests of driving skill in different conditions on the way.
Rally news from CSN, Cable Sports Network. Now here's a report from Bob Costello.
Hello from Billings, Montana. It's 9 o'clock on Monday night, September 25th, and the Pacific Northwest competitors in the Louisville Rally have just arrived here at the end of the second stage in this year's contest. Eric Rogers, who's driving a Pontiac Grand Am, is in the lead. Chris Sullivan, who won last year's rally, crashed near Spokane, Washington this morning. Chris was not hurt, but he will be unable to continue. 7 other drivers have withdrawn due to bad weather conditions. Tonight, the drivers who left from Seattle on Sunday morning will be heading into Wyoming.
The Romance Connection. Welcome to the Romance Connection, where old-fashioned romance meets modern technology. Now here's your host, Joel Price.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our first guest tonight is Roxanne Matthews. Roxanne is a financial analyst. She likes skiing, snorkeling, and eating in good restaurants. Roxanne has been to all the 4-star restaurants in the area. She loves going to the theater and the movies. She dates about once every 2 weeks. But she's tired of dating men who won't make a commitment. Hello, Roxanne.
Hi, Joel. It's nice to be here.
Now let's see the tapes that Roxanne saw. And then you'll get a chance to vote on who she should go out with. First, there was Mike.
Hi, Roxanne. Let me tell you a little about myself. I really enjoy cooking, and I'd love to have someone to cook for. I started painting a few months ago, watercolors of sunsets at the beach, and I'm really pretty good, if I must say so myself. I like playing tennis, going skiing, and going hiking. I'm quite an athlete, really. I'm not interested in rock climbing or skydiving. I'm scared of falling, but I don't mind falling in love.
Well, Mike sounds like quite a romantic. Next, there was George.
Good evening, Roxanne. I enjoy getting dressed up and going out on the town. Dinner in fine restaurants, the theater or concerts, dancing. I'm always trying new places. I get bored going to the same restaurants all the time. I also like driving fast cars and listening to my favorite CDs while I drive. I'd love having someone in the passenger seat sharing the experience with me.
Well, what do you think of that, Roxanne? And finally, there was Tim.
Hi, Roxanne. I love traveling to faraway places and seeing new sights. I've recently come back from a trip to the pyramids in Egypt. They're amazing. They make you believe that anything's possible. Now I'm interested in learning more about the ancient Egyptians. I enjoy eating great ethnic food and meeting people from other cultures. I gave up traveling with other people because no one I knew had my sense of adventure, but I'm not giving up looking for someone.
Well, there you have the 3 candidates for Roxanne. Now, audience, which one do you think Roxanne should go out with? Mike, George?